Well, Scott, it's obvious that Marco's pleased to be back in the playoffs. The team's very happy, as we are in the front office. Now we're going to return you, the fans, back to the behind-the-scenes look of the Arizona SunDogs dressing room.
All right, we're joined now on behind the scenes with forward Kyle Hood. Kyle, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Scott.
Now, we're in the locker room. Tell us a little bit about the SunDogs locker room. How's it set up? Does it go by number? Does it go by the lines that you guys play on, or how's this all set up?
You know, it's realistically, everybody kind of wants the best seat in the house, which is of the TV here. So usually the veterans are kind of over on this side where we can see the TV and the board all the time, and the rookies always get the corners where, you know, they can't see the TV or anything like that. Other than that, try and stay away from the goalies as much as possible for myself. You're usually both on either side of the door here. And other than that, no, nothing else special.
All right, now, you joined the SunDogs right after your college experience with Ohio State for that 2008 playoff run. What does this locker room mean to you?
You know, what I really enjoy about this locker room and with the SunDogs is, you know, this is our space. This is Marco really creates. Not too many people get to come in here. Very, very few ever come in on game day other than the players, and you know, I think that's a really special thing, and I think it's something that the players in here kind of cherish and you know, respect that a lot.
Now, your locker right here, show us a little bit about what you have in here and how you like to set all your gear up.
Pretty basic for myself. Everybody's got their pants, shoulder pads, you know, on the same hangers, skates, shin pads and helmet up top. For myself, I sweat a fair amount on my hands, so I have 2 pairs of gloves that I wear every game, switch on and off every period. I have one fan that throws me a pack of gum every game, Big League Chew, every game, and then my routine is I kind of come in, grab my coffee cup, get some coffee, and then do my crossword puzzles before every game, and other than that, pretty standard.
Now, I know we know a lot of guys on the team have superstitions. You know, most of the fans know that Adam Smith likes to come off the ice last for pregame skate. What are some superstitions that you might have? You know, with your gear, do you put your left sock on first and your right, or any superstitions for you?
I think not on purpose, but just kind of routine-wise. I put everything on at the same time. You know, I turn to my left, grab my left skate first, or whatever. Maybe not even knowing. Other than that, me and Butler have a couple where he usually goes and gets the tape for us every game or every practice, and we share that. But other than that, not too much for me.
All right, so we got your skates here, we got your pads here, we have your stick to your side right now. Yep. How important is your twig to you?
Very, very important for me. I'm very meticulous when it comes to my skates and my stick. Everything's got to be perfect. As you can maybe ask Brian, you know, I like usually get a new stick every 2 or 3 games, depending on how much wear and tear it gets on it, or if I break it, or and then with that, I've taped my stick the exact same way since I've probably been 10 years old.
Okay.
And you can look around the room and everybody's got their own personal tape job, and it goes for kind of every player. I have the white paint on here, which not too many guys have, but I started doing that a couple years ago and seem to like it.
A little bit better.
Well, maybe it's just all in my head, but you know, I've been doing it now for a while, so I just keep doing it.
All right, so now in this behind the scenes, we've talked with your trainers, Brian and Ryan. How important are they behind the scenes for your team?
They're huge, you know. I think they really go unnoticed a lot of times. They spend some pretty long hours in here, and you know, they're in at 3, 4 in the morning doing laundry, doing the other team's laundry. You know, with Ryan, you know, a lot of the times with guys with injuries, it's not so much the injuries, but the mental side of it. You know, they're depressed, being out of the lineup, being away from the team and stuff, and you know, he really thinks he's funny. And I think the fact that he tries to joke around with the guys, you know, it really kind of brings the mood up in the room. And you know, with Brian, he's new to our team this year, but you know, he fit right in right away. I mean, he's really works hard, you know, and you know, goes to show today we got a couple goalies sick. You know, who dresses up for our other goalie, you know, on practice day, but Brian, and you know what, he wasn't too bad.
Had a couple saves.
Well,
no,
a couple shots hit him, but.
All right, so now getting down to the end of the season, you guys clinched a playoff spot this past week versus the Colorado Eagles. You were here for that playoff run in 2008. Haven't made the playoffs since. How big is that for you guys to clinch?
Huge, I think. You know, for the players in here and for, you know, the organization, it's both huge. You know, we've definitely had some ups and downs over the past few years, and you know, we're happy to get in and you know, really work hard at. It was one of our main goals at the start of the year was to, you know, secure a playoff spot early, and you know, we've done that this year.
Now, not a top seed in the Barrett Conference, but nonetheless, you did make the playoffs. What are your expectations for all the guys in this locker room?
I think our only way is up. You know, we had a lot of games early in the year where I think we kind of struggled and we tossed points away. And you know, where we finished, you know, maybe wasn't indicative of how we've played. You know, the past month or so, we've been playing really well. We just did well on the road trip. And we got a lot of new faces in here too, and you know, I'm very confident and very excited to get underway with playoffs. All
right, Heidi, well, good luck in the postseason. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, we're joined now again by Brian Connie, the co-manager for the Arizona Sundogs. We talked with Kyle Hood about how important his stick is, his skates are. What are you going to show us here today?
Actually, we're going to sharpen a pair of skates right now. Brand new steel, so it's going to take a little longer to sharpen, but we'll do a quick little demo. Just putting on the holder, and it clamps on nice and tight. Just tap it just to see if where on the wheel it's actually going to hit the skate itself.
So you're making sure everything's level on, on the blade?
Perfectly level. And then just a couple passes, nice and slow. Nice, you know, same flow every time I pass.
So what is that? What exactly is this doing to the blade right now?
It's actually taking the middle of the steel off and making two razor blades on the steel itself.
Okay.
And that's what the players skate on. Different guys have different hollows, which is that's what's called. You know, one like Hoodie here is 5/8, so he's actually gliding a little bit better on the ice. And then for the last pass, we had a little lubrication to the steel itself. And then this pass is super slow. Just so it adds a little bit more of a edge to it. And then the next part is just a quick little stone, just to make the edge even more sharper than normal.
So when you're watching a game, you see a guy out there who maybe when he's trying to make a turn, falls down on the ice, he lost his edge. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just because the ice is bad, or you know, he hits a rut in the ice.
Okay.
But you know, it's easy to find out, because if a guy comes off and he's like, "Brian, I'm falling all over the place," I could just run my finger right around it, and you can tell if there's a missing edge or not.
Okay, and that last thing you just did there, just making sure everything was level?
Yep, perfectly level. If it's off a little bit, guys start falling. So,
okay.
And it's perfectly level, so he can go out and go with these right now.
Hood's ready to go?
Yep.
All right, Brian, we'll appreciate the demo.
Oh, thank you. Anytime.
I want to give another big thanks to Kyle Hood, Ryan Landry, and Brian Connor for showing us a little bit of the behind the scenes here with the Arizona Sundogs. I also want to thank the Arizona Lottery, Ted Leonard of Prescott Pro Sounds, and Claudia Song, the Director of Game Ops here with the Arizona Sundogs. And now for Shane Farrar and myself, Scott Sutter, we hope to see you all here for a long playoff run by the Arizona Sundogs, and want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of SundogsTV.